Hey, good day, good day. Welcome to Urban Cherubims. The name of the channel is Urban Cherubims. Feel free to visit my website, shop for spiritual items in different styles. My website is going to be urbancherubstyles.com or just Urban Cherub Styles. Um, so yes, and my name is Empathic Earth Angel. I have a message. I know it's been a while, but let's just dig right into it. This message is going to be about time. Time is God, and God is time. So basically, I want to get into it, and feel free to leave very respectful comments, or you will get blocked. Um, yeah, so basically, let's just get right into it. We're talking about how God is time and time is God. And I'm going to be getting into why I believe and why I know in my spirit that time is God. And how, if you go back and look on some of my other videos, I talk about how everything is spiritual um, in this world. And that, certain demonic forces have given us certain things or taken away certain things and changed it. So basically, I feel like, and when I say they, we know who I'm talking about, the evil forces on this earth, however you believe they come, but time was given to replace God. And if you see me looking down, I have wrote some things down because, this was a word that with me getting back into certain things, I didn't want to forget the messages that were given to me. So again, if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at some notes that I took. But like I said, I believe that time was given to us to replace God. Um, and yes, I'm a believer that time does not exist. So right now we're going to get into the need to know the time of day versus the need for your soul to check in with God. Okay? So again, the need to know the time of the day, needing to know that because it was given to us. Um, that way, how they switch time is for us to constantly worry about what time of the day is versus needing to know what time it is, because that's just the way our lives are set up now, and has been replaced, versus the need for your soul to check in with God, because the soul urges us always for our higher self, or to be in higher realms, higher heavens and things. That is our soul. Everyone's soul has a higher self. Um, and the soul urges to get there. You get what I'm trying to say? So, versus time. Time urgency is only for us to be somewhere every second of the day. So, as humans, as godlike humans, as people, as who we are made here and how we are supposed to be here on earth, is for us to know that there is a higher power, right? And our soul naturally urges us to seek higher self, to seek a higher realm, because the soul knows more than what the body knows, feels more, and is in tune more than the body. Okay? So, that's what our soul urges versus time. Everyone is always in an urgency to know what time it is every second of the day, versus I have to be to work. I get off at this time. Once you get to work, I got to be home. You got to pick the kids up. Dinner has to be set by a certain, this is what time. Our kids are constantly having kids. Everything is on a time schedule, which is good, right? Because supposedly it keeps us in order, but order doesn't need time. Order needs routine and consistency, but it doesn't really need time. And with everything being based around time, it took away from what the soul really needs to look at, how the soul needs to look at time. For instance, okay, so time doesn't exist in that way. Time is basically life. Time is your heart pumping on its own, your lungs inhaling and exhaling on its own, the very breath that you take. That is what time is. Okay? Time is, okay, time doesn't exist in a way where, let's say, if you were to die today, time doesn't exist, right? Because the soul, once the soul leaves the body, the soul is eternal. So, time doesn't exist after death. The soul is eternal, but the body is giving time, which is the grace of God. So time is God, which is the grace of God, which is how you live your life and how we function here on earth. Time is the very breath you take, the very blood that runs through your veins, that doesn't need help and doesn't need to be told. It automatically, when you wake up and when you sleep, this is what your body knows to do. You couldn't stop it if you want to. I mean, of course, we know there's ways which are abomination, though, to God, to just go and yourself off, yes. But just being in a state of time here on earth, you can't stop that because that is naturally God. Imagine when I say time is what God placed in us, which is Himself, which is the Almighty Himself lives in each and every one of us. That is the time. You know, our cells are made up in our body. If you take a what is that? What am I trying to say? If you take a microscope and you zoom in on your cells, every cell in your body is set up the same way that the galaxy, if you was to take something and zoom out and see all the million stars and galaxies and planets, that is the same way that our body is set up. It matches. It is a carbon copy of the galaxy. Our cell system is a carbon copy of the galaxy. So, with that being said, God, yes, God is the creator. God is what gives grace, and that grace is time. And you only need time here while you're on earth. And time is supposed to be, we're like supposed to be in a thankful mindset when it comes to time, knowing that we wake up every day involuntarily. We wake up every day. Our body knows what it needs. Our body replenishes itself. Our body lets us know when something is wrong. Our body lets us know. Our hair stand up. Every little thing is sneak to let us take care of ourselves and to know that time is God, which is grace. And, you know, basically, like I said, which is the grace of God. Time is God. God is time. We wake up every day for the soul to have time to redeem itself. So when you say, okay, well, we on earth and God is time. Yes, God is time. The grace of God for us to wake up every day is for our soul to have the grace of God, which is time. Time and grace is all God here while we're on earth. So our soul wakes up every day because God has given us time to redeem the soul so the soul can live eternal with Him. You get what I'm saying? You know, if not, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it, your perspective. Um, Let me know any more information so I can pass it along on my platform. But again, we should be in a thankful mindset when it comes to time. But the way that have given us time and how to think about time is to always be on time, never late. And when you live like that, where something has to always be on time, schedule routines for a time, you'll never get back to oneself and to really appreciate and be thankful for, the little things like breathing every day, waking up, and being able to feel better than yesterday. Because like I said, the body and the mind replenishes itself. The sleep that we get, the rest that the grace of God offers us to sleep and to wake up, to be renewed, for everything in this world to have its time to shine, whether it be the sun, whether it be the moon, how they rise and how they set at a certain time of the day, but it's not always the exact same time. The other day I woke up, the sun had rose about 6:35. The next day the sun had rose 6:05, 30 minutes earlier, within a 2-day span. So to have that time frame of every second of the day, you are kind of pulled back and, remember that time is God, and it's the grace of God and the breath and that lives in us. And that time should always be a grace period for us to give thanks and remember why we're here. And that the more time we're living, the more grace and the more God-like energy is around us. Yeah. So that's basically why God is time and time is God. And like I said, you don't need time after you die, because time doesn't exist, because the soul is eternal. We'll get more into after death and things like that, and how you can come back and repeat certain things, because God is giving you more grace. But we'll get into that in another video. Let me know how you feel about this video. Please like, share, comment. My email is going to be urbancherubstylesinc@gmail.com. Again, this channel is Urban Cherubiums, and I am Empathic Earth Angel. Thank you for your respectful comments, and please like and share. Thank you.